Phil, you also spoke about leverage. You used the word leverage, and here you are sitting representing the very people you were using to leverage. How do you explain that?
I've really enjoyed my time on the PGA Tour. I've had some incredible experiences, some great memories, and I have a lot of strong opinions on things that should and could be a lot better. One of the mistakes I've made is voicing those publicly. So I will really make an effort to keep those conversations behind closed doors going forward. I think that's the way to be the most efficient and get the most out of it.
Phil, can you just clarify? You've apologized again just now. Can you just clarify what you're apologizing for? Is it you're sorry for speaking the truth about the Saudis, or are you sorry for the shameless hypocrisy of taking their money anyway?
I understand that many people have very strong opinions and may disagree with my decision. And I can empathize with that. But at this time, this is an opportunity that gives me a chance to have the most balance in my life going forward, and I think this is going to do a lot of good for the game.
Phil, can you tell me if you are serving a ban or have served
I'm sorry, say again?
Can you tell me if you've served a ban or are serving a ban with the PGA Tour? I choose not to speak publicly on PGA Tour issues at this time. Okay. Can you say if you're going to play in next week's US Open?
I will play next week's US Open. I'm looking forward to it.
And if I can remind you, please state your name and your...
You said something in a Sports Illustrated interview, and you just said it again this morning. What happened to Jamal Khashoggi is awful, but I've seen the game of golf, the good that the game of golf has done throughout history. No matter how successful this tournament could ever be, it can't counteract someone being murdered, can it?
No, nobody here condones human rights violations, and nobody's trying to make up for anything.
But you said those two statements, one after the other, which sort of implies that you feel that one can sort of make up for the other, and one of our colleagues used the phrase sports washing, and that surely is exactly what that's an attempt to do.
There are, the game of golf I've seen unify and bring people together, and I love that I'm a part of this sport. I love that this game has given me so much, and it is fun for me to give back and to bring this game on a global, throughout the world on a global scale, and the opportunities that LIV Golf provides. And I don't know how else I can say it. I don't condone human rights violations. Nobody here does. I don't know how else to say it any more assertively.
You were talking about this being good for the game of golf. The general perception is that this is all about the money, money for the players. Can you comment on that? What are your thoughts?
I don't necessarily agree with your premise, but I think that the opportunity that it provides me to play, compete, bring the sport throughout the world, play less, have a better balance in life on and off the golf course. I know that it gives me a lot of positives personally and professionally, and I believe it does the same for everyone else in the field.
You respond, how did you feel when colleagues of yours criticised you so publicly, given that you knew them?
So I understand how many people are going to have very strong opinions on this, my peers included. I respect their opinions. I can empathize with their feelings, and I'm appreciative to the many peers that have reached out to me and shown their support as well.
Means, but what have you done for the last 4 months? Because no one's seen you.
I have had an awesome time. I've had a 4-month break from the game that I have not had in over 3 decades. I've had an opportunity to spend time with my wife, Amy, a bunch, and travel parts of the world and spend time at a place we have in Montana skiing and hike in Sedona. What a beautiful place that is. It's given me a time to continue some of the work and therapy that I've been working on some areas that I'm deficient in my life. It's given me time to reflect on what I want to do going forward, what's best for me, what's best for the people I care about. And this is an opportunity that allows me to still have golf in my life, but also have a balance where I can be more present, I can be more engaged with the people I really care about. And that is why when I think about being a part of LIV Golf, I feel so good about it.
Do you feel you've got a future on the PGA Tour, and do you even want one now?
I have been a part of the tour for over 30 years, and I've had a lot of incredible memories that have been formed and experiences that I've shared, tournaments that I've won and been a part of, tournaments I've lost and been a part of. I also, and I've gained a lot. I've received a lot from the PGA Tour. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything the PGA Tour and the game of golf has provided for me and my family. I've also worked really hard to contribute and try to build and add value to the tour during my time there. And I worked really hard to earn a lifetime exemption. And I don't want to give that up. I don't believe I should have to. I don't know what that means for a future, but I don't know what's going to happen. But I've earned that, and I don't plan on just giving it up.
I just want to ask on the decision, did you consult any human rights groups? And beyond Khashoggi, what are the human rights violations you're particularly referring to when you acknowledge those?
I think I've addressed that about as thoroughly as I'm going to.
Did it make you reflect on you know, the position that you know, you put yourself in, that you weren't there?
Every day of the Masters, I skied in the morning, and I watched the tournament afterwards. I enjoyed watching it. I thought Scottie Scheffler put on an amazing performance there. I found myself missing the Masters, but not wanting to be there. I hadn't played, I hadn't touched a club, I wasn't in a position to be competitive. But I will always love that tournament, and if I'm not there, I'll always miss it, but I didn't have a desire to be there.
I was just wondering, is part of the desire to stay, to keep that membership, related to the Ryder Cup at all? Are you still interested in being a captain somewhere down the line?
Just like the PGA Tour, the Ryder Cup has provided so many special memories, relationships, friendships that have been formed those weeks that really have transcended and lasted a career. And I'm hopeful to be a part of the Ryder Cup going forward, but that's not the reason for me to maintain my membership. It's because I've earned it. I believe all players should have the right to play whenever and wherever they want, which is consistent with being an independent contractor. I saw that, and I think that they're making the decision that they believe is best for them professionally, and I respect that. As a lifetime member, I'm not required to play 15 events. I don't have to play any. I can play one. And so I don't see the reason for me to give that up. It was made clear to me through extensive conversations that I was able to play if I wanted to. I wasn't ready to play and compete. I hadn't practiced. I'd played a couple rounds, but I wasn't sharp. I didn't feel like I was ready. But it was made clear that I had the option to, and I just chose not to. And just like the Masters, I certainly enjoyed watching it. I missed being there, but I didn't have a desire to be there.
Say if you were to play in the US Open next week and actually win it, how do you think that victory would be received compared to your win at the US PGA last year?
I don't know how others will receive it, but I would be quite favorable with it.
Phil, it's been reported that you are getting $200 million to appear in this series. Can you tell us?
I can't see who's speaking. Where's he at? Got it. Go ahead.
Can you tell us if that's true or not? And if it's not, what is the figure?
I feel that contract agreements should be private.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be the case, but it should be.
For the